Hi everyone! Today is Calumet Knits' first birthday. Woohoo! So 1 year ago, I released my first knitting machine cheat sheet pattern, and it quickly became a bestseller. Soon after, I had 3 more best-selling cheat sheet patterns, and other patterns followed. And before you know it, I have 20 patterns available in my shops, with 3 additional patterns currently in testing to be released soon, and so many ideas that I still have yet to put together. It only seems fitting to have a birthday cake on your birthday. So those that know me know I love sweets. I would never turn down a cake. Well, unless it had coconut on it. I can't even begin to tell you how many ideas I have for these little birthday cakes, and I'm sure you do as well. So let's get to the birthday cake tutorial. We'll make this purple cake with the birthday candle. For this project, you'll need your 22 needle machine, an Addi Egg, scissors, tapestry needle, some yarn, polyfill, and some scrap yarn. To begin, using your 22 needles machine, knit 65 rows in your cake color. Fold the tube in half, matching wrong sides. Stuff the cake with polyfill, but only in the middle. Leave the ends open so the top and bottom will lay flat. Once you are satisfied, cinch the one end closed and secure. Cut one of the tails so that we can use it for a drawstring on the other end. If you need to add more polyfill, now is the time. Next, add a drawstring to the open end. Pick up every other leg along the edge and pull your yarn through. Then cinch the ends closed and secure. Before trimming the ends, use your tapestry needle and weave the tail through the middle of the cake to the opposite end. Tug on your tail a little to help flatten the end. When you're happy with it, secure the tail and then bury it. Repeat for the other end if it needs it. When finished, bury all the tails. Now your cake is finished, let's do the icing. So measure around your cake so we know how long to make our icord. I like to knit a long length and then cut with scissors the length that I need. After I cut it, I pull out the small pieces and a couple of rows of knitting, and I use the tail to go through all of the live stitches to secure it. You'll want to secure the stitches on both ends of your icord. Test your length around the cake to be sure it's the right size. Tie a knot securing the ends together, creating a circle. When finished, bury the tails inside the knitting. Next, we will add a lifeline. This will help us stitch the icing on and keep it straight. To add a lifeline, take some scrap yarn in a different color and go behind every other leg of a row of stitches where you want to place the icing. Do not secure the ends. We will end up pulling this strand out after the icing is stitched on. Make sure your lifeline is going around the same row all the way around. Place the icing over the cake in place. Take a long strand of yarn in your icing color, and to start, we will pick up one stitch from the cake. The stitch we pick up will be one row below where we added the lifeline. Wrap the yarn over and then behind the icing and through the same stitch again on the cake. We're basically wrapping this piece of yarn around the icing. And then I'll go through that same stitch again, pull my tail through, and tug on it to tighten that up. Now we'll move on to the next one. I'll go one row below my lifeline and behind two legs, the next two legs, wrap my yarn over, go underneath the icing and through those two legs, the same two legs, and pull that yarn through. And then I'll cinch it down, and that creates a little bead, and then we'll move on to the next two legs and continue to do this going all the way around. So wrap your yarn over and then through the same two legs. Once you have gotten all the way around, you can tie your ends together and bury those tails and remove your lifeline. And this is what it looks like completed. Now we can repeat the process for the bottom icing. So I went ahead and added my lifeline, and I've made my I-cord, and I'll slip that over. The one thing I wanted to point out for the bottom is follow a column of stitches where there's a tie in the icing so that the top and the bottom kind of line up together. Once you have your starting point, you can follow the same instructions for creating the icing on the bottom. And this is what it looks like when you're done, and the cake portion is now complete. So next we'll make a candle. So I've knit some white for a candle in the I-cord, and I'm just guessing about how long of a candle I want. Before I cut it, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this one end, just like we did for the icing. I'll just weave my tail through all of the live stitches. Then I'll cut it to the length that I want, and I will weave the tail through all of the live stitches. Next, I'll use the tail and I'll stitch it on to the center of the top of the cake. So I just pick up a stitch on the cake and then I pick up a stitch on the candle, and I'll just work my way all the way around. And when I'm finished, I'll secure it and then bury that tail. You can leave about a 1/2 inch tail on the tip of the candle to make it look like a wick. Or if you wanted, you could add a couple of colors and kind of give it a flame look. So let's look at another cake. This is kind of has the same icing on the bottom, but this one has kind of a dome top. It's rounded, so I kind of stuffed that one end with polyfill. I added this little bead here using the same I-cord method where I just trimmed a small piece and attached it to the cake the same way. And then for the raspberries, I took some I-cord, a small piece. I'm just going to cut a little bit here and show you how I make these. So the same way, I'm going to remove all the little bits and pieces, and I will secure the end by using the tapestry needle through all of the live stitches to secure it. So once the ends are secure, I'll just take that tail and I'll push it all the way through to the opposite end, and I'll just keep pulling and it'll pull that end inside, kind of like a micro hat, and that just creates my little raspberry. So I'll just secure these ends together, and then I usually turn it inside out to bury the tails. So for this cake, I did the icing slightly different. You'll notice it's a little bit larger. The beads are a little bit larger. So instead of picking up 2 legs and then the next 2 legs, I would start with picking up 2 legs, skip 1 leg, and then pick up the next 2 legs. and I did that going all the way around, and it created a slightly larger bead. So now let me show you how I added this little whipped cream and chocolate piece. For the whipped cream, I knit 10 rows, make it flat, and cinch the ends closed and secure with a knot. Then I'll use one of the tails and weave it out to the edge, and then weave it in and out of the edge, going all the way around about 5 or 6 times. Tug on the tail to cinch it, and it creates a little whipped cream shape. Then just secure and bury the tails. Next, let's do the little chocolate piece. So I have a piece of icord knitted in a chocolate color. This time I will slip stitch the ends closed to give it a flat edge. So cut it to length and then slip stitch the other end closed. When you're finished, bury the tails, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I would love to see what you create. Be sure to tag me in Facebook and Instagram. Check out my Etsy and Ravelry shops that are linked below. To help my channel grow, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.